Awesome. Oop, there goes my tool. Look, I have a drawer. Evening of the same day. Let's see if this paint's still loose. Aha, it's not. Look at that. Look at that. So you really do want to clean this stuff off right away. Any place that was wet, it's coming off. Well, I think I'm going to let this dry a little bit and wet it back down with the stripper so I don't have to work so hard. Well, it's been a few minutes. Oh, what a difference. What a difference. So the loosening of the paint under this product is temporary. Maybe it lasts for hours, I don't know, but it don't last all day. Love to try some of that peel away product. Maybe on a future project I will. This probably would have been a perfect one. It claims to take multiple layers of paint. So far, every stripper I've tried requires multiple applications. So check it out. This gray paint with the citrus strip. I've treated this about 4 times trying to get rid of it. This new stripper really is doing a good job. I think I'm sold. See, I worry about leaving any scraps of paint here because that stripper soaks into it. And even though it might seem dry, it might cause my paint to peel later. Anything that's over top of that. So I really need to get rid of every last morsel of it. It's going to be so nice to have a lathe with a full and complete chip pan. One that can hold oil. Well, this magic strip, it works a lot better than the citrus strip. I'm convinced it stays wet a lot longer. This piece I'm just down to a couple little speckles here and there. Any place the paint would have been thick, like here's a drop. It must have formed when someone was painting it green. And then a few other little places are places where paintbrushes might have left a thick layer, you know, on these edges and things. Looking good. Look, we're finally beating the brown. Boy, that is tough, whatever it is. Probably baked on enamel. I think this could be a part that somebody handmade to replace a broken part. I haven't found any brown anything anywhere else on this lathe. And the reason why I think this is a handmade part is there was never any paint on the edges. I think it's a good part I can use though. It's wedged in there pretty good when I took it out, doing its job. About time to start painting. Got to do something about the bed though. It needs machined. I haven't done that yet. Look what I'm figuring out. Got a spot there, got a spot there. I got no chart in between. I think there's something missing. I'm starting to further disassemble the stand for the Craftsman Atlas Commercial 12, and I've been taking the fasteners out of this pulley by hand. So I found damage on this lathe in various places from loose fasteners. And there's also something else I'm noticing here. Notice this step pulley is right up against the bearing housing here, and there's a big gap here. So we may have some other repair that needs to be made here. Well, of course I can't get that out of there because I'm going to have to remove the step pulley. And by the way, this is another morning before heading into work. No, shoot, that wasn't even really tight. Just try and get a little something done every day. Every day before I go for work, and every day when I get home. Now, getting that thing unstuck from the shaft, that may be another problem. Well, before I go to Herculean efforts to pull the pulley off, I'm going to see if I can remove this pulley and pull the shaft out. That should be up far enough. I got a funny feeling it's not going to move. Well, I'm going to have to get a puller on here. This is an aluminum pulley. I think I'll try to pull it off first. This is a Mac pulley, and I think it would be a lot easier to break. Look, I have a drawer, and in here are my pullers. There's a C-clamp in here. Anything that's a clamp or a puller. So, and I found another puller at work that I must have took into work 10 years ago. We'll bring it home and get it in this drawer. There's a couple things to notice about what I'm doing here. First off, I'm going to try to pull not on this lip, which is the obvious lip, but on this one, because this is actually thicker because it's got two pulley bevels on it. So that'll be a little stronger. The other thing is the shaft doesn't have a center hole in it, and I don't want to damage the point on my puller, so I'm going to try to get a nut in there like so I can push on the flats on the surface of the nut and preserve this part of my puller. I could of course fix that, but why should I damage my tooling? Now, this is going to be very awkward. Let's see. Oh, here we go. And there's of course the pulley has a bevel, which is going to make the arms want to come off of it. Well, got it snug. I am not going to put a lot of torque on this. I refuse to break it. Watch me how I don't break this. Don't break this, Dave. It'll be embarrassing. Let's see, get this centered up better. There we go. Hard snug. Fairly tight. Wow, that's really tight. Yeah, this pulley's got some wear, but I don't want to have to make a new one. I think the better part of judgment at this point is to put some penetrating oil on this. I'm going to do both pulleys inside and out, and we'll come back after work and look at it again. And we can't get anything in there, it's so close. But But I can take the Allen out of that one, the set screw. Well, we'll try this again when we get back off work. See if the penetrating oil has made any progress. I'm going to remove this Allen since I can get penetrating oil in there directly on the shaft. I'm going to put the Allen back just so I don't lose it. Now this Allen was a little hard to come out. I'm going to turn it back down. Maybe there's a metal shaving in there. There it turns loose. See if we can blast it out. Yeah, look at that. See that metal shaving? There are metal shavings everywhere in this lathe. No, it's still tight. Let me blast it again. Hate to ruin any threads. There we go. Still snug, but it's not like it was. So I can turn it out by holding a little end of the wrench here. Can't be too bad. Oop, there goes my tool. Ah, look. It came out down here. Oh, possibly through a keyway. But that's okay. That gives us a lubricant all around the shaft. We'll let that penetrating oil work and try it again this evening.